Yo, what's up? This is your girl, the Legacy Queen, and I am back with another video. I'm answering some questions that I think general people would ask if they want to know about the acting business and things like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Film and commercial, because of the fact that my resume is buku with theater projects. So I want to learn more about my craft in the film area and commercial area, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera. Definitely want to play a detective. Like, that is my dream role, whether it's on a movie or a TV show. Any role that calls for that ghetto black girl, LaQuisha, whatever the name may be, those are the type of roles are the hardest for me to play. And a lot of people be like, well, you a black girl, why you can't? Because they always say that I sound too proper. Younger me, I would want Sky Jackson. The young adult me would definitely Keke Palmer, and the older version of me, definitely Gabrielle Union. It's definitely finding the balance, because everybody is different. So what's their strength could be your weakness, and what's your strength can be their weakness. So I feel like first you need to find those and find the balance for both of you guys, and then understand the characters and how the characters are important to each other, so you can find that level of emotion, and then just understand the story and what the message is that both of you guys have to portray in that scene. And I think at that particular point equals a good scene partner. I would have to say Vincent Victoria, who is a phenomenal local Houston director and playwright. I wouldn't be where I am now as an actor or production specialist if it wasn't for collaborating and networking and doing a lot of work with his projects here. If you have not been in one of his shows or seen one of his shows, definitely go to vincentVictoriapresents.com and you can learn more about him. I think he has a show coming up called The Slave Narratives, which I know is going to be awesome. It's going to be September 26th and 27th. It's going to be virtual, so definitely check out the website so you can get the link and all that of how to watch it. And I know it's going to be some amazing actors there that are my friends, so definitely check them out and show your love and support. It depends on the type of audition. Some do cold readings to where you don't see anything before you go in, and those you just have to pray and put on your improv skills and do your best with. If they give you the sides first, it's definitely very important to try to memorize the sides. Also read the scene partner's line before and after yours, because you can get a better understanding of why you're saying what you're saying, so you can put more emotion to it, more action to it. Definitely pray, because your girl be nervous. Like, I don't care how many shows I have done, I still will be nervous at each show, because you just never know what might happen. You don't know how the audience is gonna feel and their energy, because that can impact the show level performance as well. Because when it comes to theater and live shows, you cannot go back. What you give at that moment is what they get, and that is the most scariest thing ever, because you want to make sure that you give it correctly. Definitely Tech Week. Well, we call it Hell Week, because it's a couple of days before opening night, and that's when everybody in the production comes together. You have the cast, you have the crew that handles the light, the sound, the wardrobe, and you just run through the scenes, cue to cue to cue to cue to cue, making sure everything flows the way that it needs to flow, making sure your changes are right on time so it can be out on stage, and making sure the mics work, and making sure that everything in the production is how the director wants it to go. I just read the whole script a lot so I can understand the story, because when you sometimes understand the story, you understand the chapter that you're in as far as where your lines are, and it helps you familiarize what needs to be said at that time. And I kind of just replay it in my mind and in my head, and then I'll be in the shower, in the car, in the bed, at work. Wherever I can run lines, I run lines, and that's pretty much everywhere. I like to research the person I'm playing once I'm casted, and I like to actually research the entire cast as well and learn the story, because it can help know why you're there in the story. And especially if you are playing a real life character, it's very good to research in depth about that character, especially during the time period that you're playing them, so you can relate whatever mannerisms and characteristics and things like that they had at that time into that character, because majority of the time the audience appreciates it, especially when they know who you're playing. They like to see resemblance and things like that to make you know, take them down memory lane and be like, oh my God, you reminded me so much of this person. And those are the good compliments that you want to hear as an actor once the performance is over, because that means you did your job. Now, the rehearsal period, it all depends on the production itself. Sometimes, you know, we have maybe like a 3-month period to rehearse for a show. Sometimes it's a 2-month, a 1-month period, and sometimes you have those quick shows to where you only got 1 week to learn everything and it's showtime. So to find, I guess, like your local auditions, definitely get on social media. They have a lot of groups especially on Facebook, that always post casting calls and things like that. They always have actors groups there that you can join and get updates regarding open auditions in your area, and also network. I got a lot of my jobs and things like that I do now due to networking. I meet people and people recommend me, and then it goes from there. Say, as a beginner, definitely start doing free work and volunteering to get that resume built up and get that experience. And then once you do have that experience, then you'll be able to apply for pay gigs. And always remember your worth in this industry, because you definitely don't want to be overworked and underpaid, because that is something that you hear a lot when it comes to acting. Is a lot of people want you to either do their projects free, or they want you to do it and do all this work but then not pay you enough for it. All right guys, that sums up this video. Thank you so much for tuning in on Ask an Actor. If you have any other questions that you feel like I didn't address that you want to ask, definitely DM me. I definitely will be able to get with you. And if you have any other ideas of what videos you want me to do, shoot your girl a DM on that as well. If you want to collab, hit me up. And thank you for watching.